You're listening to Preferred Company with Joel Markel, and our special guest today, and I mean special guest today, is Steven Jacobson of Colts Neck, author at 17 years old of One Last Season. Now, where did that come from? At 17 years old, typically we're not thinking of aging.
I love sports, but like what's going on in the field, but I love the narratives off the field in the clubhouse. I actually got the idea for a book from a football game, believe it or not. I was watching the New York Giants playing the Washington Redskins back in 2009, and the announcers were talking about the quarterback for the Redskins, whose name was Todd Collins. Collins had sat on the bench for 10 years before he came off the bench for the Redskins, and he actually led them to the playoffs. By the time he came off the bench, he was 37, 38 years old. Pretty old for an NFL quarterback. I like football, but baseball is really my game. I started thinking about it in baseball terms. What if there was a catcher who was really old and came back and reclaimed his glory years? What if there was a catcher who was so old that he could conceivably have a son who was playing Major League Baseball at the same time? And what if they were estranged? And what if they ended up on the same team? That would be really interesting. So that's how I decided to pursue that.
Now, do you feel that this took away from your free time, or did it enhance it?
I think it enhanced it. I love writing. I just love to lose myself in a great story, whether it be reading or writing. I've always had such an active imagination. Since I was 8 years old, I had the dream of writing and publishing a book before I turned 20, while I was at least still a teenager. Writing this was not a chore. It was just something I just really had a blast doing. It was really wonderful.
Steven, do you attend Colts Neck High School?
I actually go to Ranney School, a private school in Tinton Falls.
Yes, so very familiar with Ranney School. Kudos and my regards to everybody at Ranney, a fantastic school. I know, and our audience might not, that every student at Ranney School is special in one way or another. A fine school, and I think they're picky about who they take on. Am I right?
You are right.
Okay, so it's not a coincidence that you're an author at 17 and you attend the Ranney School. But nevertheless, you have all these other students who have not yet written a book or may never write a book. What do your classmates think about it?
When I was writing it and in the process of publishing it, I actually kind of kept it a secret. I didn't tell too many people about it. And then once I brought the first copy in and showed everybody, showed all my English teachers, showed all my classmates, showed my teammates on the baseball team, my coach, they were just incredulous. They were really excited and happy, but they said they weren't surprised. There were a couple of articles published about me this summer, Community Magazine NJ. The school put some articles up on bulletin boards along with pictures of my book, and they have a copy of my book in the library. And whenever a new student this year who wasn't there last year, who hadn't heard about it yet, whenever they pass it, they always come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I want to buy it. It's incredible."
Good for you. I'll tell you that throughout the interview, I've been watching your mom, who's what we call in Jewish kvelling, which is bursting with pride, not only from your book, but from the way you're conducting yourself during this interview. You're really an amazing young man.
Thank you.
Do you expect there to be other books?
Right now, I'm in the process of applying to college, which is pretty hectic. So I don't quite have the time right now to write books. I've been writing some short stories, but once I'm done applying to college and I get some more free time, I have the ideas for my next book. So yes, definitely in the future there will be more. Before I wish you well, I want you to tell our audience how they can get copies of One Last Season. Amazon.com. You can get it on BarnesandNoble.com, or you can go to Barnes & Noble, and they don't have it in stock there, but you can ask for it, and they'll order it for you and have it there when it comes. Or you can get it on BooksAMillion.com and do the same thing at a Books A Million store. Lots of outlets like that digitally on the Amazon Kindle. Steven Jacobson, author of One Last Season. Something tells me that you're going to be hitting home runs your entire life. Well, let me thank you for being here I do hope that you come back again. I want an autographed copy of One Last Season so that I can put it on my bookshelf at home and say, I met Steven Jacobson when he was 17 years old. But thank you for being here. Thank you.
The way to reach us is by calling 1-800-603-CARE. Once again, that's 1-800-603-CARE. For those who are interested in visiting our website, the address is preferredcares.com. Once again, that's preferredcares.com. You've been listening to Preferred Company. I'm Joel Markel, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye-bye now.